Welcome to my 13-day Halloween countdown. Day 1.
Good evening, folks. It is Monday, I have to keep looking, have you noticed, the 19th of October, and this is day 1 of my 13-day Halloween countdown. And the reason I've done a 13-day Halloween countdown is because I have had this. And it contains 13 spooky figures. Funko Pops, of course. Funko Pops, of course. And I will be unveiling one per day. That is one thing that's going on in this vlog. Second is to thank everybody, actually, because I've reached 800 subscribers. Now, when I first started off, I thought if I reached 10 or 15 or 20, I would be very, very happy. And I've actually reached 800. So I'm absolutely ecstatic and over the moon, to be perfectly honest with you. So the first thing I'm going to do is day 1 of the advent calendar. That's going to be the first part of this vlog. So here we go. Can I have a drum roll, please? No, that's not a drum roll. That's a fanfare. Thank you. Can we please have a drum roll? Much better. Right, you can stop now. Right, thank you. Anyway, at the end of that, we have day 1 of the advent calendar. Here you can see spooky advent calendar slides out the box. Whoops, I'll just put that somewhere safe. Down on the floor. And it opens. Whoops, hang on. It opens, as you can see, like that. Like that. I will open door 1 so you can see it alongside me. Let me just figure out how to do it. You put your finger in there, Jace, and you hang on. You'll have to bear with me because I've not got the best nimblest of fingers. But we have in door 1. So just stand that up there. And there's door 1. It's a red dude. And I will open him. Or attempt to open him. Right. Scissors to the rescue. Trusty scissors. And in door 1 we have a miniature. Hang on, I'll hold him right. A miniature. Let me just try and get him out the light for you so you can see him properly. A mini Freddy Krueger. Can you see him? Can you see him? He's even got, you can't see it properly, but he's even got little claws on his hands on this one here. And I'll do a picture of it after this so that you can see what it actually looks like properly on a Halloween background. So that is number 1, and it is Freddy Krueger. And that is day 1 of the Halloween 13-day advent calendar. So that's pretty good for day 1, Freddy Krueger. Now, my last vlog I did, I was talking about mental health and anxiety, and it seems to be a popular thing now because obviously we're coming up to Movember, which I'm not doing this year, by the way. I'm not doing it this year. I don't feel in the right frame of mind. As people know, in August I lost my mum, and it's had a big effect on me, and I'm not really in the mood to really do some fundraising or nothing at the moment. I might be ready for next year. And something I'm thinking of doing, because everybody who's seen my vlogs will see that I do a lot of jigsaws. I absolutely love jigsaws. and I've been doing a hell of a lot just lately as well. Now, one of the things I've thought about doing is for Alzheimer's UK is to set myself a challenge of doing 20 1,000 piece jigsaws in 30 days. Now, for some people that would be an absolute impossible task, and for me it's going to be a bit of a struggle, but I want to know if people are interested, if they think it's a good idea, whether they will sponsor me, whether they will watch my vlogs next year, because I'll probably be doing it about March next year. I want to get Christmas out the way first and have a nice Christmas and enjoy yourselves with my advent calendar countdowns and all this thing. But starting in March, I want to try and do, I think, the entire month of March, which is obviously 30 days. And if I can do 20 1,000 piece jigsaws in 30 days, and each time I've done a jigsaw, I'll post a picture of it, because that's what I do at the moment anyway. So I'm going to set myself a challenge. Now, these 1,000 piece jigsaws are going to be all sorts. They're all going to be one topic. They're not all going to be one theme. I'm just going to get 20 1,000 piece jigsaws and do them. There'll be all sorts of shapes on there, but you just got to say whether you think it's a good idea or not. Just leave a message in the comment box underneath. It's like I said, I'll be raising money for Alzheimer's UK, so just let me know what you think anyway. Well, it's been a bizarre week really, because if we go back exactly 7 days ago, we didn't have a living room ceiling. We've shown you pictures before on my vlog of the ceiling when it collapsed in February of this year. And when I say collapsed, I mean literally the bay window ceiling just collapsed in. There was dust and plastic and stuff everywhere. And we were supposed to have it repaired. And of course, then coronavirus hit and it was put on hold for a little while. But it took them 8 months, It took them 8 months to get it done. Anyway, last week on the Monday, we got a knock on the door. And when I went to the door, it was the workmen saying that they would come to finish off the drip tray on the outside. Because what they did, you see, when the ceiling collapsed, they realised that obviously there was water coming in somewhere that caused the collapse. Now, rather than repairing the ceiling, which obviously you'd have to be an idiot to do, rather than repairing the ceiling and then finding the leak, which is obviously the wrong way to do it. So what they did, they decided to sort out the drip tray outside and then fix the ceiling. Anyway, they came in July, the same day that my mum went into hospital, and they said that they were coming back in a couple of days to finish off the drip tray. They came back last Monday. So it had taken them 2 months, even though they said it was only going to be a couple of days. Anyway, they came back, they sorted out outside, that's all done. The next day, the plasterer arrived and he did a brilliant job. He's fixed the ceiling, he's put the board up, he's plastered it over, it looks fantastic. And it means now that come winter time, instead of us not having a living room, because we haven't had a living room for 8 months, we will now be able to sit and watch TV and cuddle up with with the quilt on us and everything, and stay nice and warm with hot drinks, rather than keep going up and down stairs to, every time we wanted to watch a film. So it's a good plus, it's a good plus. And yet it has caused me, and Deb especially, a little anxiety, a lot of anxiety, because while this was also going on especially from the July time when they said they were going to come in a couple of days, that was when my mum ended up in hospital, and unfortunately she never came out. Well, she did, but not alive. She passed away in hospital on the 12th of August. And it had a massive impact on us, you see, because we had a very, very close family, and I mean very, very close family. They couldn't go a day without my mum speaking to either me or my sister Paula. She didn't speak to me sister Mandy as much, but I think that's because she lived down in Stoke, and they've got their own lives, etc., etc. But me and my sister Paula were always talking to my mum, and Deb was always talking to her. Deb's my wife, just in case you've forgotten. It's incredible to think that she's not here no more. So I've got a bit of advice for people. If you've fallen out with a relative, and it's something that's not life-threatening, shall we say it's something like just an argument over something that's been said, my advice to you is go to that person and make it up with them. Make it up with them, because one day you will turn around and that person won't be there. Now, fair enough, you might be able to live with that. You might be able to say, well, I don't care, I'm not bothered if they die, blah, 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 which I think makes you quite heartless. But I don't know your circumstances, so I can't really judge. But I know for a fact that I fell out with my mum years and years ago, in 1995, and she nearly had me on the streets. I was nearly living on the streets because she didn't want me living in the house no more, because she had to make a choice between me and the fella that she was with at the time. And she said that she thought she was going to be with this fella for the rest of her life, so she got rid of me. And that meant I was going to be on the streets. Well, luckily, my family came along and they took me in. Now, for 2 years after that, my auntie, who took me in, didn't speak to my mum, and it was her sister. And I know that they obviously made things up when I made things up with my mum. And for the last 20 odd years, things between me and my mum have been absolutely fantastic. I knew that you can't hold a grudge for the rest of your life. You can't do it. It's not something that it's something you'll regret, definitely regret. Because I know somebody who basically had something said to them years and years ago, and it had hurt them really, really bad, but they held that grudge for over 30 years. For over 30 years they held that grudge, and they never got a chance to make up for it. And that person passed away, and that person was regretting it from that minute. And it's easy done. I mean, you can speak to Paula, my sister, and she'll tell you that she's had fallouts with my mum. My mum said some absolutely nasty things to all three of us over the years. She really has. But for the last 22, 23 years, she has been absolutely brilliant with all of us, because she's realised how important family are. And my mum ended up in a situation where basically she would have done anything for any of us. If she'd only got £1 in her pocket and I asked her if she could borrow it, she'd have borrowed it me. That's how my mum was. And it's left a massive, massive hole that will never be filled. People say with time it'll get easier. It won't get easier. It's not something I'm expecting it to get easier. But I do know, the good thing is I can say, hand on heart, that my mum left this earth not having any enemies whatsoever. Nobody had a grudge against her. Nobody hated her. Nobody had a bad word to say about her. This is what absolutely amazed me when I was sorting out all the arrangements and stuff, because my sister and her husband, my brother-in-law, they sorted out the funeral arrangements and everything, and I helped with sorting stuff out in the flat and giving gifts to people in the flats that she knew, etc. And when we were there, they bought this card and a lovely ornament of flowers, and this card was literally signed by nearly everybody in all the flats to say what a wonderful woman she was and how she would do anything for anybody, and she used to take parcels in for people and let people in if they'd forgot the keys, etc., etc. And that's the kind of person my mum was. And when somebody like that goes out of your life, you notice it. She passed away in August, and I couldn't believe it the other day when we'd had the ceiling fixed, like I've just told you. I actually was so close to picking up the phone and ringing my mum to tell her that we'd finally had the ceiling fixed. And that's how it's hit me. That's how unreal it still seems, even after 2 months. It still doesn't feel right that she's gone, But if you do get a chance to make it up, because time disappears so fast. 1 minute, I feel like 1 minute I left school and the next thing I'm 48. I'm 48 years old. I've been left school 32 years. And it doesn't seem like that. It doesn't seem 5 minutes since I was at school. And here I am, like I say, 48, only 2 years off half a century. And I've been with me wife now, Deb. We've actually been together for 20 years. And when you think about that, 20 years, that's a hell of a long time. And yet it seems like yesterday that we met, we just seems like yesterday. And the one thing I've got are lots and lots of memories of my mum, lots and lots of funny things she did, lots and lots of comments and ridiculous things she used to say. She used to say some really, really good things. And one thing that she used to say, I'll just tell you about this actually, it's quite funny, is anybody knows what spaghetti is, right? Spaghetti, and especially tin spaghetti, right? No problem. We were in the shop, me, Deb and my mum, and my mum wanted some spaghetti, and Deb said, there's some here. I've got 3 tins of it, and it was spaghetti hoops. And my mum said, I don't want that stuff, I want the real spaghetti. We said, this is real spaghetti, it's in hoop form. And she said, yeah, but it's not the same. I said, hang on a minute. you're on about you want the spaghetti and tomato sauce for putting on your toast, for spaghetti on toast, yeah, but you won't have spaghetti hoops because it's not the same. And we had this argument now, so we had this little debate with my mum, and it's really funny now. So the other day we were having something to eat, me and Deb were, and we now refer to it as not spaghetti on toast. If we have spaghetti hoops now, we call them not spaghetti on toast because of my mum, because she says it's not spaghetti. And these are the kind of things, these are kind of things that nobody can take away from me. I've got these for life. These are my laughter. These are my things I look back on and smile. Nearly everything I see in my house, everything I do, everybody I talk to reminds me of my mum and what an amazing woman she was. And I think if you've got memories like that, you've got to cherish them. Because like I say, one day, that's all you're going to have, memories. And just try and make sure that they're good ones. Because, like I said, I have got a couple of bad memories of my mum, but they're completely flooded by good memories. And the good memories are the ones that make me smile and make me laugh. And I don't remember the bad things, you see, because they were trivial. They were things that happened. Whereas the funny memories, you'll take them with you. You'll take them with you through your life till it's your turn to leave this earth, And it's very important you do that. You keep those memories. You keep those things that make you smile. Because that's what the people who've passed away would want you to. They wouldn't want you to spend your life miserable and morbid and all this sort of stuff. If they were really nice people like my mum was, and my aunties that have passed before her, I've lost aunties and uncles in the last 10, 15 years. We've lost so many of our family. There used to be 7 of me, mum and her brothers and sisters, and now there's 3. There's only 3 of them left now. So, yeah. Now, I haven't written too many Halloween poems, but I have written a couple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out one in a moment. And I'll try and see if I've got 3 or 4, I'll try and read one out every 3 or 4 days for you, because I'll be doing a vlog every day anyway because of my 13-day countdown. And as you can remember, it's Freddy Krueger Day. Freddy Krueger. So, yeah, I think they're going to look really, really good by the time they're all finished, You're having little Freddy Krueger there at the moment. I can't think who the others will be. I know there'll be a Halloween one, I would have thought, and a Friday the 13th, but I can't think of any of the others. I'll have to find out when they come. But I've also got a Nightmare Before Christmas advent calendar coming as well. And once that comes, it'll all be good. It'll all be good. So this poem is called Do You Believe? And I will be reading it out, but you won't have to watch my face because I'm going to put some spooky Halloween images, so it'll make it a little bit more Halloween rather than looking at me, although obviously my face is terrifying enough. Anyway, enjoy. It's called Do You Believe?
I told them it was bullshit. Ghosts and spooks indeed. The lies they tell each other, hungry for others' mouths to feed. They look at me as if I don't know what I'm talking about. But tell me, do you believe in ghosts and that spooks at night come out? It isn't that hard to see how these stories start. Someone sees something they can't explain that doubles the beat of their heart. They talk in babbled chatter so no one can understand, reach for people's imaginations and any helping hand. While I listen to their banter one too many times, dead men walking, yeah right, and I committed 1,000 crimes. I laugh at them for thinking and for believing in such bull. Well, I'll show them there's no such thing, 'cause I've had a bellyful. The gates of the cemetery close at 9:30, and I'll be there. I shall spend the night, ghosts and spooks, see if I care. While I'm here at the gates, and they're not that high, as I climb over them, the night starts to sigh. With the first sight of the moon comes the noises of the night, the owls sounding out, and the bats take to flight. The stones all look like teeth waiting for the right dentist to come along, to extract the rotted green ones and to fix those that are wrong. The echoes of dogs barking assault my ears and resound in my head, but those are the only sounds, not a whimper from my audience of dead. Well, I must have dozed off, leaning on this grave alone. It's strange, but I have a feeling that I am no longer just with stone. What is stopping me from rising? Why can't I move at all? All around me the earth ruptures and the stones start to fall. It appears that the dentist is deaf and extraction time has begun. And as the moonlight assaults my eyes, I realise I need to see the sun. Gnarled fingers tear at me, trying to drag me beneath. The cemetery lights fade in the dark. Why did I say I didn't believe? Their rotted flesh chokes me, and their dead breath assaults me, and their bodies clamber closer as their gazes rest upon me. So I try to struggle away, but they won't let go. Why are they here, and what do they want? Does anybody know? I know I will die here, and no one can hear me shout, clinging to life like a straw in a lake. Help me, I need to get out.
And I wrote that back in 2004, and it is called Do You Believe? Anyway, that's my vlog done for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We'll have another unboxing and some more talk, and maybe another poem. Bye for now.